tuning into My Positive Perspective today. My name is Jason Dyerline, and one of the things My Positive Perspective has been working with since mid last year was the Nick Collins episode, and I became interested in that because I too was in a car accident, and I too was in a coma, and I too had to rebuild from scratch, just like Nick is doing. But Terry has another way he relates to Nick and has a desire to help Nick. And maybe you can tell people about your accident.
Absolutely. I'm also an amputee. Having been a distance runner all of my life, it's not only traumatic to anyone to lose a limb, but a distance runner to lose a limb is particularly distressing. I lost my left leg in 2010, and I had been a runner all of my life. And so I decided that I was not going to let that stop me, that I was going to come back and run again. And run again I did. 2.5 months after getting a running blade, I was back in the Cooper River Bridge Run. And then last summer, a colleague of mine's son, Nick Collins, was involved in a terrible car accident, and as a result, lost one of his legs.
Yes.
And so we all have gathered around Nick and his family, and we are all seeking to help him to recover and get back everything he possibly can.
Yeah, and one of the things I really tried to make it a point to tell Nick was my initial feelings when I woke up from the coma, because I was about 10 years younger than Nick was when he had his accident. And man, I remember when I waking up, I was scared. I mean, I didn't know how much longer I was going to be alive. I didn't really know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. And one of the things you really have to do after an accident is you have to calm that sense of fear. You have to calm it down, and you have to switch it into a feeling of resolve, and standing up to the challenge rather than just fearing it.
Absolutely. That old saying, you can make lemonade out of lemons, is absolutely true. You have to resolve to find the positive aspect of whatever bad happens to you. And bad things are going to happen to people in their lives every day. And everyone is going to have a traumatic event in their lives. It's how you react to that event is what makes a difference in life.
That's exactly what I say. And I'm speaking to some high schoolers here on Friday. And it's not, the bad thing happens. It's how you react to it. And that's exactly how you... What you referred to, and what sort of things can Nick be expecting on from a physical standpoint when he receives his prosthetic leg, and what kind of advice would you give him on rehabilitating?
Nick has a great he's got a great positive outlook.
He really does.
I think that's really on his side.
Yep.
It's not easy to learn to walk with a prosthetic leg, but pretty soon it becomes second nature. He's got youth and strength on his side, and he's got determination.
Yeah.
He will be just fine. I'm certain of it. This is a kid who I've talked with many times and sat next to his bedside and spoken with him, and he understands that he's not letting this hold him back one bit.
Right.
So he'll get back to walking, and even if he wants to decide to try to run, he'll get to that point as well.
Well, he'll get back to life, and what I'm hoping, Terry, is he comes on and gets on My Positive Perspective, and all of a sudden I got another co-host, and then rather than just having one coma survivor, we'll have two coma survivors. And we have a total of 13 weeks comatose between us. We've done radio interviews talking about it and our coma dreams and stuff. And it's really cool. And I told Nick, I'll tell everybody again one more time. You're not really over this until you can help somebody else out. Until you can help somebody recover. You're not really over it until that happens. So.
Once I moved myself out of the way, I moved myself out of the focus of this accident, and I moved other people into the focus of what can the result of this accident do to help them. And once I did that, life became a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it sure makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it really does. Well, Nick, I'm sure you'll see this eventually, and as soon as you can, we'd love to have you come on My Positive Perspective. I think you make a great co-host and everything else. And so thank you for joining me, Terry, and best of luck with everything.
Appreciate it, Jason.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you all for watching My Positive Perspective. Feel free to hit that share button on your as soon as this video is over, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So thank you for tuning into My Positive Perspective. Have a great day.
On a sunny day, I feel my thoughts drift away. Only good vibes and good times living in my brain. On a sunny day, catch me lamping in the shade, feeling so fine and so high. Oh, my sunny day, still I hope all my efforts will one day pan out. Love within, you'll never be without. So I roll, feeling strong and so invincible.